Hello Year 3 and welcome to Lesson 3 this week of reading, and we're looking at a Robin Hood book. We're on chapter 4 about that fellow called Richard Malbeat, the evil beast. Okay, our learning objective today is to infer a character's feelings from the text and an illustration. So what we need to do is, we need to pause the video, we need to write down the dates in our book, and then write that learning objective underneath it, and then give both of them an underline with your ruler, okay? Right, so pause the video, and once you've done that, we will continue. And we will continue in 3, 2, 1, now. Okay, let's have a recap. What do you remember? What do we know about Richard Malbeat? Do you remember that mind map we did? See if you can put that into a sentence. What does cunning mean? Is our define question. Try and find a definition for cunning. And then finally, where does Robin think Richard Malbeat is? So where does he think that he's hiding? Have a go at those questions. And then once you've come up with an answer for each, then we'll check the answers against mine. Okay, pause the video and then unpause when you're ready to check, because we will have a check in 3, 2, 1, now. Okay, so we know that Malbeat's name is Norman French for evil beast, because Friar Tuck told us. He dressed as a beggar and is working for Gisborne to help catch Robin Hood and the merry men. He is strong, cunning, and wanted by the king's justices, so he must be a bad man. Okay, cunning means clever in a sneaky way. And finally, Robin says that he thinks the beast has gone to ground somewhere to make his plans. This means that he thinks Malbeat is hiding and thinking about what to do at the moment before he goes to see Gisborne and the sheriff. Okay, that's where we are. Let's have a look at our vocabulary for today. And there's only 3 words. We've got less than normal. Okay. The first one is lodging. And lodging is a place to stay for a short amount of time. Lodging. Okay? Exclaimed. So if you exclaim, you cry out in surprise or strong emotion. So you often see that in stories. You'll have exclaimed a character. Yeah? And finally, glittering. If something is glittering, then it's shining or sparkling. It's shiny, okay? And those are our 3 words. Right, now there are only 3 words there today. So what I would like you to do before we start reading any more is try and use those 3 words in a sentence of your own about Robin Hood. So that's lodging, exclaimed, and glittering. Pause the video. Remember that when you're doing your sentences, your 3 sentences with each of these words, that we're going to have a capital letter at the beginning and we're going to have a full stop at the end as well. And all of the punctuation we need. Okay, pause the video now, give that a try, and then once you're ready, we will continue the story. And we'll continue the story in 3, 2, 1, go. Turn to page 28. So Robin has just made a call of a roosting pigeon, if you remember. Almost immediately, a small man stepped silently from the shadows into the light of the fire. Michael and Ralph started back in alarm, but the outlaws who had been in Sherwood longer showed no surprise. The little man stood before Robin, his dark eyes glittering in the light of the flames. Tull's heart is full of shame that he was not near when the patched one struck you down, he said. There is no place for shame in a heart as brave as yours, little one, said Robin. Tull lowered his head. Tell me, Robin went on, is it known where this patched one is now? We followed him to the Abbey lodging house, and my brother Cor is watching him there, replied Tull. St. Mary's Abbey? Exclaimed Little John. Then he is turned away from Nottingham. Okay, and here is the picture of the campfire, and you can see in fact, I'll ask you. Look, what can you see in the picture? So that picture goes with the page that we've just read. And what does that picture say about the characters? See if you can write a sentence about what that illustration shows about the characters and the new character that we've just been introduced to. Okay, pause the video if you need to. I'll say what I think in 3, 2, 1. Okay, well, I think that nobody seems surprised at the small person whose name is Tull arriving here, and Robin obviously called him for some help, and he seems to know information about where Malbeat is. So I think he's one of the words that we've talked about before. I think he's a scout. He is passing messages for Robin and is finding out where enemies are, just to help him survive in the forest. So he's a very brave small person who can move very quickly. It also says that his eyes glisten, his dark eyes glistened. So it shows a sign of he's loyal to Robin, really. And it says that he never took his eyes off him as well. So that's what we can see there. We can also see it's very cold because this outlaw here in the forest is trying to warm their hands up by the fire and the food is cooking. It's probably sometime around evening. That was quite a lot of detail, and I was just saying what I saw, so none of that might be true, but let's find out. We have some questions to do. I'll read through them, and then you give them a go, and then once you're ready, we'll check them with some answers, okay? So first of all, who is the small man? How was he helping Robin? Number 2, why was the man's heart full of shame? Number 3, which word does Robin use to describe him? Number 4, where has Richard Malbeat been seen? And number 5, the author says the small man stepped silently from the shadows and dark eyes glittered in the light of the flames. So how do you think this makes him useful to Robin? What's the author told us about him? Why would he be useful to Robin? Pause the video now, try and answer those questions in your book, and then when you're ready to continue, unpause the video and we'll have a look at the answers. And we'll look at those in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, have a look at those answers there. Pause the video if you need to. We'll move on in 3, 2, 1. Okay, what I'd like you to do is actually draw the illustration and label the setting, which is shown here on page 29 around the campfire. So what you can do is just do a quick drawing of the different people, the campfire in the middle, and then label who they are next to them with a straight line and a ruler with their names, and then say what you think that they're feeling at the time, okay? Give that one a little go, because we're inferring a character's feelings from the text and an illustration. So we've already done that from the text of our questions, and the illustration helps us to find out what the character's feelings are here too, at this moment. Pause the video, give that a try, and then unpause when you're ready. The picture's up there to help you. We'll move on in 3, 2, 1. Okay, next time we will continue our adventure. So here's something to think about. We've got a comparison. So how are the lives of people in Sherwood Forest different as a result of hearing about this plan from Gisborne and the sheriff? How have their lives changed? Write 2 or 3 sentences and compare it before to how it is now that they know about this plan. I'm sure they'll be great. Okay, well done again, guys, for another great day of work and another great couple of pages of Robin Hood. Tune in again tomorrow to find out what happens next in Robin Hood.